If you're a relatively high earner in 2025, the one beautiful tax bill that was passed this summer may help you out quite a bit. The SALT limit was increased to $40,000. Now, what is the SALT limit? It stands for state and local taxes. When people itemize their deductions on their tax returns, the last several years, they've only been able to use up to $10,000 of state income tax. So you could have paid $30,000 in state income tax, but only $10,000 of it is deductible. So oftentimes it didn't even make sense for people to itemize their deductions and they would take the standard deduction. For example, for married people, the standard deduction is about $30,000. So you would need your $10,000 of state income tax plus, say $20,000 of mortgage interest. Usually people don't get medical expenses unless it's super high, and then maybe $10,000 of charitable deductions. And then you'd get a $40,000 itemized deduction instead of the $30,000 standard deduction. Well, that has all changed. If you have an AGI up to $500,000, your SALT limit is now $40,000 instead of $10,000. So if you're in a high state income tax state like New York, for example, and you have an average of a 10% effective tax rate and you make 400 grand, you pay $40,000 in state income taxes. And then if you had a mortgage interest of 20 and those charitable deductions of 10, you're looking at a $70,000 itemized deduction when before it would have only been $40,000. So if you're in that tax bracket and you're married, you're looking at, an extra $30,000 deduction, which could save around $10,000 in taxes. So this is super important. Now, if you're a high earner, don't just necessarily count on the SALT increase to save you money, because like I said, there's a cap at 500,000 AGI. So if you have a business, P-TET may still play a role. That's passed through entity tax. We may have been doing the last few years to get around the SALT limits. If you have a business and you're earning in that range or above $500,000 and all this sounds brand new to you, reach out to me, send me a message, drop a comment. I'll reach out and we can talk.